Do you want to know how you can make more consistent strikes on the golf ball, make a better downswing, and get a more predictable ball flight? Well, believe it or not, with this one simple move of tucking that right elbow in the downswing can do that just for you. Let me show you how it's done. Alright, the right elbow tucked in the downswing. What is the significance of this move? Because it's one thing to say you've just got to tuck your right elbow. It's probably not for you watching this just as simple as tucking that right elbow and all of a sudden you're going to play some great golf. But let me show you what I'm talking about. We'll get over one here. The biggest benefit I see from tucking the right elbow in the downswing, there's really more than one benefit. If I get over one here, if you can tuck that right elbow here, and this is for a right-hander obviously, it does a few things. One, makes it easier to shallow it. If I bring that right elbow anywhere away from my side, it's a very good chance I'm going to be coming down steep. That's what most golfers do. They get down very steep, then all of a sudden you've got all these other different variables you've got to deal with. So that's the first thing it does. It enables you to shallow the golf club, probably as good as any way. There's more than one way to shallow, but if you can feel that right elbow tucking, it certainly makes it a lot easier for me to really shallow it and get into a great position in the downswing. The other thing it does, if you struggle to rotate, tried everything, you just can't rotate enough, have a look at this. If you can tuck that right elbow, you can tuck it, all of a sudden the club is shallow, your body has lots of incentive to rotate and make a really rotation-based golf swing, especially the downswing. So you're giving your body incentive to rotate rather than if you're here, your body has zero incentive to rotate because it knows if you want to hit the ball, it's got to stop, stall, and use more of the hands and arms to make any sort of contact. So by tucking it, lots of incentive to rotate, shallow, and just gets you in a great position in that downswing to really swing hard and through the golf ball. There's less need for timing to get the club face nice and square. The club face will be a lot more stable. So as you're coming through, that club face will be a lot more stable with that feeling of that right elbow tucked in against you in the downswing. Now, when I first got shown this concept, I must admit, like a lot of things in golf, I wasn't really sure if it was right. I started looking around a lot of the pro golfer swings like we do, try and get some feedback or some evidence, if you like, and are they doing it? Now, most of the golfers that I saw, and I'll show some during this video, they all do some degree of tucking of that trail or right elbow. You'll see they get to the top, and they all have it fairly close to their rib cage, some a little bit closer than others, at least down to here. Some of them it comes away a little bit towards impact, some of them keep it a lot closer. But as they get through to impact, there's certainly that impression that that right or trail elbow is really tucked like this in the downswing. And a great little checkpoint when you're practicing, hopefully you're videoing your swing, because I think that's one of the best ways to get improvement in your golf game. Have a look at the distance between your arms. As you come down, if you're doing this right, you should see space between your two arms. If you can see space there, a bit of daylight, you're in really good shape through to impact. Now the opposite of that, you're coming down like this, you'll probably see there's not a lot of daylight between these two arms. You're coming down really steep, very likely cutting across the golf ball. So let's look at a couple of drills. One of these I've showed recently, but a couple of ways you can practice this to get this built into your game. All right, let's have a look at these two drills. All right, so the first drill, I've showed this recently in a couple of other videos, just grab an alignment stick, put that under your trail armpit like that. This will feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, which is only natural. But the idea is, as you make a swing, I want you to keep that alignment stick tucked in there as you swing through. Now, you don't have to swing very hard, but if you tend to stall your rotation and flip, that alignment stick will just drop straight out. So the idea is just keep it in there. You don't have to squeeze it down too tight. Keep it somewhere right in the middle and just make nice, easy swings. And this will give that feeling of that right elbow tucked. We'll keep it in there. So we'll just make a nice, smooth swing. Kept that alignment stick in, made really solid contact. Really effective drill. I've seen Patrick Reed using this one. I've seen a few other pro golfers actually doing this as well. It's really great for keeping that connection. Now, the other one I'd recommend you doing is doing a simple pump drill. So, set up to a ball here. So if you're really struggling to shallow the golf club, for example, that first benefit I spoke about, this is going to help you out. So what I want you to do, get over one. You're going to swing to the top. You're just going to come down. You'll see that shallows it. Right elbow's tucked. And we're going to just pump it a couple of times and then swing through and hit the ball. All right, let's do one. Top, one, and through. Nice solid strike. That is a great way to practice to really make consistent solid contact with the golf ball. And this is the way I'd recommend you practice. Just if you don't have a hitting facility like this, you can still practice without actually hitting the ball. Get to the top, just pause. Feel like that right elbow is tucking. You almost feel like it's attached to the ribs all the way through to impact. Now, during your actual swing, will it actually stay there? No, it won't. It'll actually come off. But the feeling for you during the golf swing is that it really stays attached to your rib cage here all the way through. That's the feeling. So for me, I feel like right about there it's touching my ribs. And then from there, I just feel like it stays there and I rotate. Now, I've been asked a question lately, with that sort of release, will that lack power and consistency of more of a hands and armsy swing? Absolutely not. I've actually found, if anything, due to the improved centeredness of strike on the club, for me, I'm actually hitting the ball further than before. So you won't actually lose club head speed or distance. We need our hands and arms. I'm absolutely not saying you don't need to use them all, because you do. But what I'm saying is, if you can feel it staying closer to here and just rotate, the hands and arms will do their thing. After you strike the ball, hands and arms will gradually come away from the body and you'll get all that speed. But by keeping that feeling like it's really attached to your ribs, this club face, it won't move around so much. Closer you hit it to the center, you'll get more club head speed and more distance. So if you're struggling for distance, this could be your answer. So let me hit a little short one here. And I'm just going to feel like that elbow is really attached to my ribs on the downswing. Not too bad a strike. Really felt like that trail elbow was really staying close to my ribs there. And then I just rotated all the way through. If you think this will help you out, make sure you like this video and drop a comment down below. I want to know if you've tried this, or give me some feedback. If you try this and it works really well, drop me a comment and let me know. I'd really love to know if this helps you out. Now, I've got another video coming up that ties in with this, because it's going to be talking about squaring the club face. It's really important if you come down to here, if you're doing this drill and you're still hitting the ball perhaps out to the right, you have to make sure you're squaring that club face. As you come through, you've still got to be squaring it and keeping that ball on a straight line to the target. So this next video is going to be talking about squaring the club face. So make sure you watch it. It's coming up.